What's up, everybody? Today we're going to make Ann Burrell's braised short ribs. You'll need 6 bone-in short ribs. That's about 5.5 pounds of meat. Get a pan nice and hot, drizzle it with some olive oil, and generously sprinkle your meat with salt. Get those short ribs in that really hot pan. Cook them about 2 to 3 minutes per side. Get it really brown. Don't overcrowd the meat. Don't be afraid to cook it in batches. And if the smoke detector goes off at least once, you know you've done it right. While those short ribs are browning, you're going to take all these vegetables. 1 large Spanish onion cut into 1/2-inch pieces. 2 ribs of celery cut into 1/2-inch pieces. 2 carrots peeled, cut in half lengthwise, then cut into 1/2-inch pieces. And 2 cloves of garlic smashed. Puree all those vegetables and garlic in your food processor until it forms coarse paste. If you're like me, you got to use this low-tech blender that your mom got when she got married back in the 60s. Maybe you have to add some water just to make it work. But whatever, grind it all up. I never wished that I had a food processor until I make this recipe because it looks a lot harder than it sounds, but eventually I got it to work and this is what the paste is supposed to look like. Your short ribs are going to be smelling really amazing right now. That pan is so hot. Those short ribs are brown on all the sides. Smoke detector might even go off one more time, but remove those short ribs from the pan, drain the fat, then we're going to coat the bottom of the pan with brand new oil. Now that you have the fresh oil in the pan, you're going to add the pureed vegetables. Season those vegetables with a little salt and brown them until they're very dark and a crud has formed on the bottom of the pan. Takes about 5 to 7 minutes. Again, scrape the crud, let it form in the bottom of the pan. Do it one more time. Then we're going to add tomato paste. Add to the hot pan 1.5 cups of tomato paste. Stirring and scraping in the bottom of that hot pan, you're going to brown the tomato paste for 4 to 5 minutes. And just like with the vegetable puree, you're going to kind of form it into the bottom of the pan, scrape it, form it back into the bottom of the pan, get it nice and brown and cooked all over. And just about now, the kids probably think you're not doing anything in the kitchen but just stirring stuff and playing. They don't know, but it's time to add the wine. You're doing important stuff here. Add to the pot 2 to 3 cups of a hearty red wine. I don't really know a lot about wine. I just used what was in my cabinet and I drank the rest. Scrape the bottom of the pan, get everything all mixed up, lower the heat if things start to burn, and reduce the mixture by about half. Return the short ribs back to the pan. Add 2 cups of water or until the water has reached about the top of the meat. Add a bundle of thyme and some bay leaves. Cover the pan and place in a preheated oven for 3 hours. Then listen for what your son wants. Yes, I can scratch your back in a minute. Step on your back? Okay, just a minute. Let me finish this. Step or scratch, okay? At this point, you take a quick break to walk over and step or scratch on your son's back. Of course he didn't want it to end, but it was time to put a lid on the pot and pop it in the oven. Remove the lid during the last 20 minutes of cooking. Let things get nice and brown and let the sauce reduce. After that, you're going to have the most incredible dinner. Ann Burrell's braised short ribs. If you liked this video in any way or if you found it helpful, please remember to give it a thumbs up. And if you want to be part of the family, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss another video. Thanks a bunch.